We're going to one of our favorite subjects. Agree or disagree?
Yeah.
You already know.
We're doing an altar call.
Or as Retro Rick goes,
All right, let's see. What is our agree or disagree, Ricky?
The first one that I have on the list is Donkey Kong games are not that great.
They are great.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I could say it is.
That they are great, or
They're not that great.
So you're saying you agree they're not very good?
Yeah.
I disagree. They
Disagree.
are fantastic.
Disagree. Curtis, explain their suckiness.
Yeah, I would say that, like, I mean, if I'm going to go off into tangent or whatever it is, but Donkey Kong games pretty much haven't really piqued my interest. I feel like there's other games that, like, are way better. Obviously, I love Zelda, I love the Mario games, but the only one that really resonates with me is DK N64 game, and that's it.
That's the worst one.
One of the worst ones.
And all the other ones, because I never gave SNES a chance, so
That's
everything.
your problem. That's your biggest problem.
And so that's why, like, I mean, like, it's kind of good. That was it. It was subpar.
Curtis, you missed the best ones. Super Nintendo, Donkey Kong Countries are the best. And not only that, you hate Wii U, so you missed the Wii U one too. Tropical Freeze was actually pretty
First of all,
good.
never gonna play the Wii U.
And
No
Returns,
way.
yes.
That library, I'm just gonna all day.
But dude, the soundtrack, the gameplay on the Super Nintendo ones,
Top tier.
That's why I agreed or disagreed with that statement, is because of the Super NES one.
That's what it is.
The arcade game, actually, the original Donkey Kong, like, I'm not a huge fan.
Same.
I
The
really
NES
don't
version
like
of
it
it?
that much.
Yeah.
Either or arcade. I'm not
Like,
the
I
biggest
love
fan.
Galaga, I love Pac-Man, I love Burger Time, but Donkey Kong just does not do it for
I think
me.
Popeye is a far superior game
Popeye is
than
amazing.
Donkey Kong.
Similar to Donkey Kong.
But again, if you missed the Super Nintendo years and a couple, like Ricky said, of the Wii U ones, you're not going to like the Donkey Kong games as much. A lot of people do like the N64 one.
Hey, that's fine with me, dude. I'm not like the biggest Donkey Kong fan in the world.
Wow.
So it's not my thing.
What about
dude.
Diddy Kong?
Huh? I love Diddy Kong Racing.
What about Dixie?
But that I don't classify them as, like, I feel like they're a branch of Donkey Kong.
Bro, Diddy Kong Racing is low-key overrated.
I like it though. I'll pick Mario
There was
Kart
such a big
all
period
day.
in time where maybe, like, I don't know, 8 years ago in the retro scene where it was like really popular to say Diddy Kong Racing is better than N64, and like everyone kind of agreed.
Mario Kart.
And then I went, then Mario Kart 64, and then I went back and played Diddy
There's
Kong.
no
I'm
way.
like, this isn't that good.
there was
Is that
a
when we
time
played
when
Brick?
Diddy Kong pricing, like, spiked at that time too. I remember Diddy
Really?
Kong was, like, going for almost as much as, like, Mario Kart 64.
Wow. Get waxed, Diddy.
Yeah, and then it went back down.
What about P Diddy Kong Racing?
P no Diddy, please. That's like the saying right now.
You're just Diddy on the run in a car. That's good. Come on.
That
Some
great.
modder out there, John Riggs, please. John Riggs, P. Diddy Kong Racing.
In
Oh
OJ's
my
Bronco.
gosh. He already made an OJ's Bronco RC Pro-Am game.
Oh yeah, he
Oh
did.
my gosh, no way.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
he
John
did.
Riggs did?
Yes.
Oh my
Pretty sick.
gosh.
My gosh, John. Now's the time. Cash in.
Yo, I mean, the marketing right now that people are doing, like, Pawn Stars posted on their YouTube their experience of somebody bringing in OJ's, like, original Bronco.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
yeah.
Dude, they
The
posted.
minute.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was like the
Genius.
minute they announced that OJ passed. They're
Pawn
like,
Stars
re-upload.
cashed in.
They
put
had
it-
it on cue, huh?
I am
Right on YouTube.
I am curious if Diddy's sales have gone up because some people get curious. Who is P. Diddy? Younger kids.
Yeah.
Not really sure. And then they go back and listen, and it gets like almost like a hate watch. Like certain crappy shows like Velma, everybody agreed it was like the worst show ever, so everyone hate watched it, and then it got popular because of that, but nobody liked it.
I mean, like R. Kelly, when that happened,
Yeah. Did his
that
go up?
No.
Oh, okay, then
Like,
never mind.
Nobody listens to R. Kelly anymore. Not that I know.
What was his big song?
Just Curtis.
No,
What was his big song?
He's got a lot of big
wanna-
songs. I can't think
Child
of
in the
them.
Closet.
I wanna pee on you.
I was really like, what is it? I want to pee. Bro.
Can't pee, Fred.
Get peed.
That is a wild one. All right.
Dang.
Good, Chris. Good,
All right.
Chris.
The next one is going to be learning to mod consoles can be overwhelming.
Absolutely.
I'm going to agree
Thumbs
with
up.
Yeah, I tried out.
We're all
I
thumbs up.
failed.
I have never tried, so I don't know.
Now, why?
So I can't really disagree, but I have just never tried.
Okay.
Oh, we all agreed, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like it does become overwhelming because there's so much more intricacies of trying to navigate where to download these games from, where how do you get it onto the hardware that you have.
Don't worry, Ben. We'll get
Ben,
to you.
yeah,
he's
we'll
like,
get to you.
He's like itching over there.
Ben has like literally, he's like,
So I will say I have many times been like, this looks so awesome. Let me get into this. I can't tell you how many times I've had like a Switch.
You know what's crazy?
Yes?
You just got something.
Oh, I know. We will. All right.
Yeah, you got it.
We will. We can do a sponsored segment.
Yeah,
right now.
I would love to.
I'll pay you guys. Don't worry. No, but for real. But even myself, like going for like mods, like I've watched videos like Nintendo Switch modding this, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it step by step. Easy. How to mod your Switch to do this? I'm like, yay! Open it up step by step. 5 minutes later, I'm like, you effing liar. Onto the YouTuber. Like, this is not easy work. My Switch is broken. I don't know how to put anything back together. I lost one screw and now some ribbon fell out. I don't know. Absolutely overwhelms me and scares me to no end to do this.
Putting parts aren't the hard part for me, like putting it back together and taking it apart. It's the having to solder, having to do all the legwork. I don't know how to solder for nothing.
Let's just shut up and Ben everyone's waiting for you to talk.
Ben, is it?
You want me to talk about it?
Yeah.
As he already turned his mic on. Oh, I didn't know you guys wanted my advice.
Well, first of all, let's just say that I don't condone piracy at all.
Yes, we know, Ben.
Okay. So that's important to say.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Sure.
But I think it just depends on the type of person you are, because I work in IT, right?
Ding,
So,
ding, ding.
Like, I know how to build computers, and I enjoy all that kind of, working with my hands and stuff like that. So for me, it's just fun, actually.
Yeah.
Learning how to do the mods. I don't really do too much soldering, but you can do a lot of mods that don't actually require the soldering. So,
well, I will say what we got, Ben, recently. And yes,
Yeah.
this is a technical sponsored segment, but it doesn't need to be because this is like perfect for this question. Recently, MiSTer reached out to me. MiSTer Addons, by the way, is who you want to go through. MiSTer Addons. It is unreal. I've never played video games in my entire life where it looks better, feels like I'm playing on true hardware.
How's the usability of it?
Ben helped me. Ben was smart.
Yeah.
Ben already had MiSTer Addons before I even read the company.
I bought myself a MiSTer like 3 years ago.
What is it technically? So you can give the technical terms. You're the smart one.
Yeah, so basically, MiSTer utilizes FPGA technology, okay, which is going to be a little bit different than emulation, okay? So I'm not an expert at it, but basically, there's this technology called FPGA, and it is a more accurate reproduction of the original hardware of like all these old retro systems, okay? So like FPGA is typically used for like technology companies like Cisco Systems or Dell or HP. They use like FPGAs to develop the ASICs for like their switches and servers and stuff like that. So the retro scene came along, and there's pretty amazing talent, in the retro scene, and they decided to try out FPGA, I guess. I don't really understand the full background of
How
it.
they got there.
But so they figured out how to use this FPGA technology that is like used in the real world for like real products, and recreate all the old retro consoles.
Can you do 4 players?
Consoles.
You can.
Is it just a different output?
So, I mean, when are you talking like HDMI?
Well, like how HDMI upscales, VGA, there's RF, is, what did you call it? PVGA?
FPGA. That's what the technology is.
FPGA?
Yeah.
So is it just like in that category, like a different output? Like they didn't take the ROMs and like reformat them, right?
No, so the way it works is like, let's say you open up an NES, right? You see all these like ASICs on a PCB motherboard, right? So somebody actually like put acid on them and like tore them apart, and
best sponsor
they
ever.
traced out the actual like individual wires of that ASIC. Okay. And then through some kind of like programming language, the FPGA smart guys, we'll call them, they recreated that logic in FPGA technologies, which FPGA doesn't have to be software compiled to work on the hardware. Only like software developers are really going to understand exactly how this stuff works.
I was going to say, I could see it in Chris's eyes right now. He's like, what the heck?
Camera
yeah.
switch.
Well,
Camera switch.
I mean,
Please.
like if they're not redoing the
Ben,
whole
camera
ROM,
switch.
then it is kind of like,
Please.
then it sounds like it is similar to like an HDMI upscale, right? It's taking the basic components of the game, and if it looks that much better, it's somehow
but it's
outsourcing it better.
It's not necessarily about just producing a better like output quality. It's more accurately representing what the original hardware was and that will ultimately lead to like very low input lag and like slowdown at certain points, like even on a fast computer, like what's a game that slows down? Was it Super Dodgeball or
Contra Force?
When these games are ripped, do they technically translate into the hardware easier?
So if you're talking about ripping, like having a game in the format of a ROM, that's just one thing. That's just a file, right?
Yeah.
You could utilize
allegedly
that ROM.
piracy.
Correct, right. So you could use that ROM in emulation. You could use it on a flash cart and put it in an original like NES console, or you could use it in FPGA technology. So the ROM itself is like a separate entity. Think about it. It's the platform that you're utilizing the ROM on.
So it's almost like a better processing unit, like a better video graphics card, kind of?
No, it's more at a fundamental level.
He's like, no, you idiot. It's not that at all.
Well, I can say in layman's term, right? Like I knew going into this when Mr. Addons reached out, I'm like, I don't necessarily know like Ben does understand the guts and how things work. I'm a very like simpleton when it comes to this. I look at what I see, right? And I know video games. And when I played it, I was like, this looks like when I watch every My Life in Gaming video, GameSack video, and I'm always like, how do they have that stuff look so good? Like, why are the blacks so black? Why are the colors so perfect? Why does everything look right? And immediately when Ben saw me turn it on and start to play, I played Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, and I know that game like the back of my hand, and I was like, this is the primo way to play. And I even bought like bootleg aftermarket N64 controllers, all plugged them in, boom, four players worked like nothing. So
I will say one thing, comparing it to emulation. So, emulation is still good. I think there's still room for emulation. It's not like, FPGA MiSTer is going to replace it. But I will say like the setup, like getting everything working, like it's a heck of a lot more effort if you want to get like an emulation system up and running. MiSTer is a lot more straightforward. There's like an instruction manual you follow online, and it's a lot easier, than kind of tweaking out an emulation setup.
I agree with that. And we're gonna
Mr. Addons link down below. Honestly, it's like one of those things that doesn't even feel like a sponsor because it's just like the best product I've been using ever since any time recently.
You have been saying that a lot. Yeah. We've been getting videos from Riff all week. Look at the MiSTer. I'm like,
look how good this is. Yeah, you get a MiSTer kit down below and all that. So thank you, Mr. Mr. Addons.
Appreciate you guys. All right, we're going. Our next one is going to be going to the movie theater is overpriced. I think we talked about this, but
how much are movies right now?
I still get them for $5.
First of all, no, I think we talked about this.
Oh,
no, never mind. I think we talked about this with Chris.
Children's tickets are $7.50 right now.
Chris, remember the last podcast we had about being a Christian? Be a good human today.
Still buying a ticket and still getting the money.
Okay, fine. Maybe we talked about this before. We'll
He's still filling a seat that wouldn't get filled, right? That's how he looks at it. It's just like standby for a flight. All right, we're going to go on to our next one. It's going to be men should have a decent understanding on how tools work.
Ooh, men should have a decent understanding of how to use tools.
Yes. If you're the head of the household, yes.
Yes. I'm going to say regardless, you should.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
Call me a chauvinistic pig. Men, you should know how to use some tools and swing a hammer. Plain and simply.
Agreed.
I feel like just...
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Everybody agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've worked with my hands. We've did this entire
we built
shit.
This city.
We learned how to build a roof like just by YouTube. You know what I mean? So it's like we had some basic
Me and Chris
understanding.
were up there shirtless with just jackhammers on the side, just swinging hammers. Chris looked at me for a little long. I felt it.
Ricky mowing the lawn
You were
outside.
glistening. You were glistening as the sun came down.
All right. The next one's gonna be Switch Joy-Cons are a bad design, and I'm gonna say this.
The what?
Switch Joy-Cons are a bad design. I'm gonna say yeah.
I agree.
I disagree. I actually like them.
Let's hear it, Ricky.
All right.
You're the odd one out.
So I like the Switch because...
The Joy-Cons,
because it's literally a Super Nintendo controller mini, and it's mainly for my kids. My kids love it. The regular NES controller is bad for them, but I love the design because it does it all. I don't even need the little Wii bar thing anymore, for the
motion
Wii,
sensor.
The motion sensor.
That was the worst design
Dude,
I've ever seen.
Have you played bowling on it and like Wii Sports with the little controllers? It's awesome. It's like you're not even holding controller.
I don't know, man. I feel like just the hand function of it just feels so small. Like, right? Like the joysticks feel small, the buttons feel kind of separated for where they need to be. I because I've just plugged it in not too long ago,
Yeah.
Ben's. I switched to using a brawler controller because I felt more comfortable in that form.
So the reason, like, I guess one of the reasons I really, really like it is because it's the Wii U. It's pretty much the Wii U.
So that's
setup.
why I hate it
that's
so
why you
much.
hate it.
Oh my
That's why I love it so
gosh.
much.
Dude.
Because it's taking me back to the Wii U, but this Wii U, I don't have to be so close to the, to the console. I can take this one with me, split it. If I have one console, I can play with my kid. I'm like, you know what? We're on a plane. Let's both play. Slap it off, boom.
Dang, Ricky's
Best thing
playing
ever.
tennis on a plane.
Well, not tennis, but but like, it was genius. I think it's great. I love it.
What are your guys' experiences with it?
I absolutely despise Joy-Cons. I really do. I have had so many of them with the drift issue. Maybe they've solved it now.
And they feel like
They have not.
I haven't had one.
I have literally replaced. Luckily, I own a video game store. Otherwise, I'd be even more mad. But I have driven to my store to get new Joy-Cons probably like 6-7 times.
What are you doing to your Joy-Cons?
I don't know. They just always drift, and then I can't play the game
got heavy
anymore.
thumbs, dude.
Seriously.
And I also hate the like you said, Curtis, when those things are in your hand, just a Joy-Con, and you're playing a game by itself, it
Frustrating.
feels tiny as can be to me.
Do you slide the little top portion to it?
Like that attachment
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
No.
It helps.
Does it?
For bigger hands?
My
Okay.
experience is that like if it's coming out of the box as a console and it's ready to play and it for comfortability, that thing is dog water, right? I had to go out and separately
Satisfy
buy.
grip.
Yeah, like I'd rather buy Power A controllers and just use that separate and Bluetooth to it.
I definitely always play with a Pro controller for Switch. I something about I always feel like I'm gonna break it. And you know what I hate the most is when you're holding it, is the Joy-Cons, you can like almost like wiggle them a little bit. Like they're not like locked and they're sturdy as can be. I just wish it was a little more masculine as far as like button size and layout. It just feels a little tinkery to me.
the newer Switch, it's a lot more solid.
Good. Yeah, I had the Model 1.
I think it just reminds me so much of the stupid Wii and the nunchucks.
I love the Wii. I loved it.
Also,
Oh
whatever
my
Nintendo did with
gosh.
the configuration of the buttons is like the opposite of an Xbox and PlayStation controller. Like
What do you
whatever
mean?
A and B is, it always feels like it's somehow.
I think it's always been like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's different. Like if I'm used to hitting like A and B, like A, this is my bottom button's always
Yeah.
going to be attack. And then the Joy-Cons, it's like that button's always the attack.
It's like going from Nintendo Playstation. You have that same issue.
Yeah, there's some. It's different, and I'm always confused when I go. So.
Is there a reason why Xbox and PlayStation have different button like layouts? Like it's like X, Y, triangle, square.
Yeah, just to be their own thing.
and then it's like, you know, Xbox has the A, B, X, Y.
I'll still say Xbox is better because the analog sticks are opposite of each other and the PlayStations are side by side.
I don't know how I did it, but I used to love the PlayStation controller with 2 analogs down there.
I wasn't a fan of that.
And I could
like
do
that.
I know you do.
I do like that.
I used to like it, but it's better for like driving games and like quick scoping. Like if you were to do quick scoping and be able to like maneuver, I just lost the talent at being good at it.
Yeah, quick scoping is a almost feels like a kid thing nowadays to be able to quick scope.
I can't do it.
I still love it. I still love it, dog. You know what I mean? All right, and then last one is gonna be this is ridiculous. You
This
gave
is
me
the best one thing I've ever seen. What do you mean?
Mechanical pencils are better than regular pencils.
Okay, where do I go with this? Where do I go with
Disagree.
this?
I love original
How did
pencils.
this one make it on the list?
Dude,
Wait, what the heck is a mechanical pencil?
Lead pencil. The ones you click and put your own lead in.
Yeah.
no way did you ask that.
Thumbs up.
They weren't around back then.
What'd you like better?
I like mechanical.
No way. He said he only had wood pencils. That's why.
Aw, Ben, back in the 40s, man.
back in the
We're all
Great
laughing.
Depression.
Ben's by far the smartest one of this room.
Well, I mean, you guys just explained the MiSTer ad right there.
He did, not
yeah,
me.
I know. You know why. he
Thumbs
is.
up. What was yours?
I'm definitely agreeing that mechanical pencils are better.
I'm odd man out again?
You're out again. Tell us why you like the old schools.
Dude, there's nothing compares to the old school. I think I just like sharpening them. It reminds me of when I was a kid at school. Just
Dang.
the worst thing is like when you run out of lead on the other ones. That's it. You have to go buy more. My pencil, I have to buy more pencils.
You
at
buy
least-
a pencil too.
But I feel like I get the most out of it. Like at least at the end, I'm like, all right, I got my share out of it. I'm gonna chuck this thing now.
I feel like nothing drives me more.
And it's tiny. Like if you want to do like a thicker font, dude, if I want to do like thin, I can just sharpen it.
No, but you buy a thicker lead.
Yeah, like a
I buy number
0.9.
nines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought my kids. You know why I put that on the topic today?
Why?
Because I bought my kids lead pencils today.
there-
So I was like, that'd be a funny conversation because my kids love lead pencils.
Do they really?
Yeah.
No, I think nothing drives me more like mad that like when I was using a wood pencil back in the day, you dropped it once, every little piece in that little pencil broke, and every time you just sharpen it, it would just fall right out. Sharpen it, fall right off.
There are bad number 2 regular pencils, Ricky, where at work they've bought us some before where every time I sharpen them, it's like it doesn't have like the perfect point.
You know what it is?
Huh.
They're from China.
They're from China.
Are you sure it says made in USA, dude?
I do like, the only thing I like about regular pencils better is sharpening with a knife.
Oh, I do
like
love
to
that.
do
I love that.
So yeah, that's a good one.
That's one reason why I like those pencils, because when I like, I like cutting stuff like wood.
Yeah.
So it like, I like
Grass.
it's there. If I have to do anything, I'm like, all right, let me cut it up and.
That is fair
I do like
because
that.
if I am doing any like building projects, I would rather use a wood pencil for all that stuff.
So I win.
No, because for most purposes, I'll let Chris go, but.
Oh, I was just going to say, do you have a sharpened wood pencil? It is amazing.
Yeah.
But it dulls so quick versus the mechanical is always sharp.
Ooh,
never
that's a good
goes.
point,
That's not
Ricky.
true, because you still have to go click, 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 click.
Got
click.
him.
But
You're
the
always clicking.
True, you are always clicking,
this
and
is
that
you.
thing does
Chickadee
break
China,
all the
Chinese
time.
chicken.
I have to remember when I first started using a mechanical pencil, I'm like, break.
It doesn't
break.
constantly
Like,
stay.
oh, not
It
as
doesn't
much
constantly stay.
I will say
but-
I use a mechanical pencil every single day at my job. That's what we use all day. I write a ton of stuff down. I have to do drawings for the planning department and stuff. But when I do it, I always prefer a sharp regular pencil, but I always just toss them because I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have a sharpener on me.
Yeah.
And that's
So
out.
I have a preference on what type of mechanical pencil I use. It has to have the metal tip.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it has to have a metal tip because with the plastic ones, as soon as you break it and then accidentally drag it, that little plastic part bends and you
Sorry.
can never get a piece of lead out.
I just thought of another reason why mechanical are better.
What?
I buy the ones with the twist erasers. So the eraser's like this long. You can just keep twisting it. It keeps
Oh,
getting
I
taller.
remember those.
Dude,
Ah,
yeah.
Ricky.
But you don't get as much lead.
Bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You guys thought this wasn't a good topic. Best topic of the night. Take that, demon topic.
I still win.
Ben, you decide the win vote.
I'm gonna have to go old school.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sharpening.
I didn't expect
Oh, yeah.
anything different.
Not your grandpa.
Ben also didn't know what a mechanical pencil
True.
qualified.
True. You didn't even know what it was.
And
bro.
as you guys sharpen your pencils, please go to SoCal Gaming Expo June 8th and June 9th of 2024. I'm going to tell you right now, I can't stop plugging it up
Best
because
expo ever.
every single
Best
segment that we
expo
have
ever.
coming out will be leading up to it pretty much prior to that week, and it'd be the time to get it. The link will be in the description.
Come to the expo, please. Just do it.
Yeah.
Everyone, hey, I could literally say everyone's doing it.
I can't stop saying it.